KV Bugan? Wow, there's a new one. The Bugle Deagles. No. What am I saying? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome. I would love it if you would consider subscribing. Today we're going to be rounding out my packaging that I love / some that I really don't love, and today we're focusing on cheek products. So I've got a mix here of face palettes, blushes, bronzers, highlighters, loose powders. You'll see we've got quite a few. I do have them divided into what I like versus what I dislike. I don't really know that I'm going to do them in any particular order, to be honest. I think we're going to do a mixed bag. So let's just dive straight into it. I'm going to talk about 3 in specific that they all fall under the umbrella of just ridiculously bulky packaging. Just completely unnecessary. It makes my eye twitch. A dislike. If you've been around on this channel for a long time, you're probably expecting me to pull out some Physicians Formula. However, I decluttered them, so I no longer have those, but they would be the #1 offender in this category. However, I do have 3, like I said. So one is from Milani. This is the Baked Blush in Luminoso, an oldie but a goldie. It just doesn't need to be as big as it is. That's the gripe. Like, you open it up, this is the product. This held some useless ass brush that I'm sure nobody actually uses. So like this right there can go, and then we can just narrow it down to this size. That's all it really needs to be. I should have prefaced this by saying the products in the packaging that I dislike, I don't necessarily dislike the product. Luminoso, it's beautiful. That's why it's been around forever. It is just a beautiful little, you can't see that from here. It's just a beautiful peachy kind of sheen. It's gorgeous. So it's a beautiful blush, but I just wish it was like let's upgrade the packaging, shall we? Because this, I don't like it. Also, Benefit, can we please, like, this does not need to be your brand. When I think Benefit, I think brow products and horrific box packaging. You can branch away from this. So like, you see the size of it, right? Like, and then the product is that far down. Again, it usually comes with some like little brush up here that I don't use. Maybe somebody else does, but like, I have never seen a video where people are going on and on about just like what a game changer the Benefit Box Blush brush is. So I don't think it's any great loss to get rid of that. But like, there's like an inch of wasted space. It's unnecessary. Just put it in a regular compact, and then I wouldn't be twitchy about it. Last, from Kaleidos. This is one of their Space Age highlighters in the shade Moon Cruiser. Again, it's just like a regular pan of product, but it's housed in this really bulky tin, and I don't understand why. And I've seen Emily Hanhan depot one, and it's just all cardboard underneath. So like, what? Why? I don't understand the point. But again, the highlighter itself is beautiful. It's got one of those like bit of a duochromatic shift to it, and it's just so incredibly pretty. It's that one on top there. And it's nice and smooth. I have no complaints about the performance of it. I just don't like what it's housed in. So there's that. Okay, let's move on to some that I do like. I have others that I don't, but we're just gonna mix the bag up a little bit today. We're gonna talk about some that I dislike. We'll sprinkle in ones that I do like, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so let us then, looking ahead to what I'm gonna talk about, let's talk about Jouer. This one here. So this is the Bouquet d'Amour 6-shade blush palette. There are the shades inside, but the outside packaging is just so feminine and pretty, and I just love it. I love the gold and the pink. It carries over onto the back as well. It's got the nice little dragonfly motifs inside. Not a ton of wasted space. Everything is set out nice and linearly. I like it. It's clean lines, it's thin. I can get on board with that. I like it. However, I have another one of their palettes. This one I don't like. This is the Rose Cut Gems Blush and Cheek Topper Palette. So there you see on the inside, they've taken a little bit of a different design choice to it. There's really no design elements whatsoever on the back. And then the front are these cheesy little things here. So like when you looked at it online, I think this was limited edition, but when you saw it online, you thought like they might actually be like little gems. Like clearly, you know, they're not like literal rubies sitting on here, but like you thought that they might actually, I don't know, be a separate element, but no, it's just raised cardboard. It's not even like a sticker on there. It's just cardboard with a picture on it. It's very cheesy looking. Yeah, I don't like it. When they can do packaging as pretty as this, why would they do that? Since we're talking about face palettes, let's take a look at 3 others that I like and another one that I dislike. So this one here, it has sparkles on it. So let's be perfectly honest. You could probably put sparkles on like a literal piece of garbage and I'm going to be interested in it. I might not pay you money for it, but I'm going to think about it. So this one is from MAC. It was part of their holiday collection from 2019. This is the Star Dipped Face Compact in Light. And there are the powders inside. I even like the impressions on, what do you call that? The stars. I like the stars. I don't know what the technical term of it is, but I like the stars. I love the sparkles. I like just, again, the clean lines of it all, nice and thin. Again, nothing housed in a weird way, like it's all very functional. And I just think it's so very, very pretty. As well, this one here from Lunar Beauty. Now it is on the bigger side because there are 6 pans inside, but again, everything is housed in a very nice, cohesive way. Not a ton of wasted space. With the rounded pans, you are going to get obviously more space in between them, but I really have no complaints about it. And the outer packaging is freaking stunning. I will say Lunar Beauty is killing it with their packaging. Just killing it with the packaging. They're so, so beautiful. Again, that theme carries over onto the back of the palette as well. And it's just so very pretty. And I like even though the moons and everything are raised, they're not raised to the point where it becomes a pain in the ass to store. Looking at you, Burger palette. This one, I have no problems. It sits nicely in a holder. I can put stuff on top of it if I want to. Like, it's really not an issue at all. And I just really think it's very innovative and very, very pretty. Last on my super pretty list. Oh, Chantecaille, you do know how to do packaging. Like it's so beautiful. I just love it. This is the Radiance Chic Cheek and Highlight Duo in the shade Coral. Again, I have talked about this a number of times, but like it's just so stinking beautiful. So obviously you have the highlighter and the blush, and they're both beautiful as well. There we go. Oh, Jesus, there's a very large fly. Dear Lord, you might actually hear it buzzing around. But again, like this is how you do a little palette. Like it doesn't need to be, like, I'm sorry to call you out here, Kaleidos, but like it doesn't need to be that big. It doesn't. This is not one of those situations where bigger is better. One that I don't think is very nice though is this Franken palette. I don't really know what they were going for here. So this one is from Hourglass. Again, I believe this was their holiday collection. It's the Ghost, whatever the fuck. The Ambient Lighting Blush Quad Ghost. Again, this has nothing to do with the powders inside. The powders inside, top notch, beautiful. But like they went with their classic metallic packaging here, but then they were like, hey, I know what people want. It's frosted plastic. Hey, Hourglass, nobody wants that. Nobody asked for frosted plastic. Don't do it again, please. what? Like, what? Why? I don't understand. And if you're going to commit to like the frosted plastic, make the lid the frosted plastic too. Like, why is it this weird hybrid? I don't understand. Again, powders are beautiful. The packaging just makes me kind of scratch my head. I don't like the packaging. Okay, that's established. Let's move on. I have 3 more products whose packaging makes my heart go pitter patter, and 2 more where I'm like, what the F were you thinking? Like, what is this nonsense? So let's stagger them. We'll go like, dislike, and we'll end up on a pretty note. Okay. Say what you want. Honestly, say what you want. KV Bugen? Wow, there's a new one. The Bugle Deagles. No. What am I saying? The vegan beauty kendo doing good, making better choices, long-lasting, everlasting blush. Holy fuck. Whatever. This thing here. I like the packaging. It looks like a flower. Obviously, you can see that. You know what flowers look like. I just really like it. And yet, even though it could be considered bulky, it somehow isn't bulky. Like, if we compare it to the box thing from Benefit, it still has the edge. So you can have very creative design elements and not cross over into bulky and obnoxious. I am truly mystified as to why I bought this, to be honest. This is from Tarte. It is the Set and Go Mineral Powder. I've talked about this a bunch of times. You probably shouldn't be surprised to see it. You take it off, the brush is attached, so you're never going to clean it. And then you have to like do that, and you can like see the powder falling out, but like it just never really disperses properly on my face, and it just like I guess it's good for like under the eyes, but like doing your whole face with this little wee brush is not going to work out well, and it just very unhygienic. Again, I don't know why I bought it, but I did, and there's so much product in here that I don't want to declutter it because I've only used it a few times, but I never reached for it, so I'm like, it's in makeup purgatory. It just sits in the drawer for now. Eventually I'll probably get so tired of seeing it that I will declutter it, but that day hasn't arrived yet. So in the meantime, I just continue to let it chap my ass every time I open my drawer. True story. Thankfully, there are other things in the drawer though that I do like looking at, and one of them is this here blush from Patrick Ta. As you may have been able to establish from a lot of the other packaging that I have talked about in previous videos, and perhaps to some degree in this one, though less so I think, I am a big fan of just classic clean lines. I like that. It speaks to the part of my brain that just really likes symmetry and linear things. Some might say that I'm boring, and they would not necessarily be wrong. But this is just so very pretty. Also, it's rose gold. Holy light, camera, come on, you can do it. You can do it. There it is. It's rose gold, and I like that. I think it's pretty. And then when you open it up, again, no wasted space, but it looks so luxe. It feels so luxe, like there's a good heft to it, and I just love the simplicity of it. Top notch. And then there's this. You could fill this with fucking dried parsley, and I'd be like, yep, that's good packaging. I get that. This is a loose powder for the face. Why in the actual hell is it packaged like this? Oh my god, that fly is awful. I truly hope you can't hear it, but it is very, very large and very aggressive. This is horrific packaging. Like, even to the point where it has like the little like, hey, there's circles under here, this be where you open me. Like, they clearly got this from like a spice rack company, right? Right? Like, they had to have. What the fuck do you do with this? Like, you can't, you're not gonna dip. I need visual aids. you're not going to put your powder brush in there, right? And like, you're not going to set it like that and turn it upside down and then get like 20 pounds of powder on here and go to town. But also, nor are you going to, oh, it's raining everywhere, hold your brush and then sprinkle it like popcorn seasoning. It's just such stupid packaging. I'm sure like makeup artists out there are like, no, it's like the easiest thing, you dumbass, whatever. But for me, as a non-makeup artist, it chaps my ass. So what I have is an empty e.l.f. powder package, box, container, I don't know what to call this, and I just dump that shit in here. Not wild on this packaging either, to be honest, because it just flumes everywhere. But it is at least more user-friendly than this. So I just dump it in there, and that's how I house it. But what is this? Dislike. Okay, sorry. I get a little heated about that one. I don't know why, but like it just offends me. So let's end on a good note then. Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Bronzer. It is gigantic. Like it's gigantic. It is sizable, but it's also very, very pretty. And like on the inside, also very, very pretty. I just like classic looking shit. That's all I can say. I truly, truly do. I think it's so incredibly beautiful. I also like that it goes the extra step as well, and on the back, like there's a little hole thing. So if you wanted to pop the pan out, you could, or if you hit pan on this and finished it all up, although I don't know how in the hell you ever would because it's massive, but if you did, you can just pop a replacement in there and then you don't have to throw the packaging out, and it's all very environmentally sound. And if it is broken, I am going to harm myself. No, it's not. So it's also durable. Yay, that worked out well. All right, so that is it. I know I swatched some and didn't swatch others. Too late now. We're just gonna roll with what we did. Also, my kids just literally walked in the door with Barrie. That was excellent timing. All right, so with that then, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Let me know in the comments down below some packaging of face products that you love, some that you hate, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.